Well, good Saturday morning, everybody, from our kitchen. We are going to do a little different kind of video this morning. This is not something we actually had planned to do. We just kind of decided to do this because of a topic that has come up in a couple of our videos recently. I think it started back when we went to Myra's the other week, and they had liver mush on the menu. And I mentioned that if you're not from North Carolina or haven't lived here, you probably don't know what liver mush is, because it's pretty much a North Carolina thing. I'm not saying you can't maybe cross the border into South Carolina and get it. I don't think we've ever seen it in Tennessee, even in East Tennessee, in Gatlinburg. We'll have to try to notice next time
I've not really paid attention.
we go to Food City, but I don't think I've ever seen it over there. So it's pretty much a North Carolina thing, maybe crossing state lines for a couple of miles, and then after that, you don't really see it much. So we kind of mentioned in that video that neither one of us are a fan of it. Now, if you are from North Carolina, it is pretty much, in some people's minds, a requirement that you like liver mush. Now, you don't have to like it because you're not from here originally. But I am from here. I was born and raised here. I was born in Hickory, North Carolina, still live in the same house I grew up in. So for me not to like liver mush is kind of an anathema around here. It's kind of frowned upon, but you like what you like and you don't like what you don't like. But since it's been probably over 20 years since either of us have had it in our mouth, we decided that we're going to sample liver mush again. Now, this is Max liver mush. The reason we went with this one, the most popular brand you see in stores around here is Jenkins. That's made in Shelby, North Carolina. Max is also made in Shelby. I already know I don't like Jenkins. I doubt I'm going to like this one any better, but we're going to find out. So we thought that we were going to fry up some liver mush. We're going to put it on a sandwich like you're supposed to do. You're supposed to fry it crispy. And it's actually already fully cooked. You can eat it right out of the packet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I guess that's the way most of them are. I didn't actually read it on that one to be 100% sure. But since we talked about it on our Myra's video, we've had people ask us, what is liver mush? A couple of commenters have compared it to liver pudding, and it is comparable, but it's not identical. The liver pudding is more popular in eastern North Carolina. I don't know if liver mush is even in eastern North Carolina. I know western and central it is. I'm not sure about. Once you get past Greensboro, we don't get down there a lot, to be honest with you, in that part of the state. But the biggest difference between liver mush and liver pudding is that liver pudding sometimes or usually uses flour as a binder, and liver mush uses cornmeal. Liver pudding tends to be a little softer and more spreadable, whereas this is more of a loaf that you fry up and it maintains a piece. I'm not saying you can't do that with liver pudding, but that's the main difference. And probably the closest thing to liver mush is scrapple, which is common in Pennsylvania. Now, I've seen scrapple in Florida. I've never seen liver mush in Florida, but I have seen scrapple. That's probably the closest thing, with the biggest difference being scrapple uses more various parts of the pig and doesn't always have a lot of liver. It can have liver or it may not have liver. Liver mush always has a high percentage of liver every time. That's what gives it its name, liver mush. It's not an appetizing sounding dish by any means. Basically, liver mush is the parts of the pig that you don't think should be eaten, a lot from the head, a lot from the fatty areas. Read us the ingredients in Max liver mush here.
So when we were reading this, I was thinking, I kind of wish I'd read this after we'd eaten it. First ingredients, pork livers, pork broth, pork snout.
Pork snout, that's the nose.
Cornmeal.
That's
pork spleen. Pork, salt, spices, caramel color. So what color would this be if they didn't add color to it? I don't want to know.
So we just talked about it, and we were actually in Walmart the other night and said, should we try liver mush again? I want to like it. I really do. I want to like anything I buy. The last time I tried it, I did not. Now, again, it's a staple of North Carolina. People think that you're not really from North Carolina if you don't like it, which is silly, but everybody has different taste buds. On the other hand, some people who are not from here move here and they love it. We brought your family down from Minnesota one time, your aunt and uncle. He tried it in a restaurant.
Where Mom worked, she brought him a little slice of it.
Because I tell everybody that comes here, you got to try liver mush if you're in North Carolina, especially for breakfast. It's a breakfast food, usually. And I was trying to have to tell him what was in it. It's their Uncle Nick. And finally, it brought out, he kind of looked at it for a minute, and he puts it in his mouth and chews it. I said, well, what do you think of it? He says, it's not delicious, but he said it's not terrible. So he was kind of on the fence. My cousin's husband is originally from Kentucky. He moved down here, tried liver mush, and loves it. So it is really about a person's taste buds. So what we're going to do is we're going to fry up a couple of liver mush sandwiches this morning. We're going to give you our honest opinions. So stay with us. Now, liver mush is usually done on white bread as a sandwich with mustard. So that's the way we're going to do it. How does it smell?
Like a spicy dog food.
Yum. I'm looking forward to it already. All right, so while she's getting the stove heated up, I'm going to let you see what it looks like here.
Which way would be the best way to cut it?
I'm thinking long way for the bread.
Yeah, that's what when I cut that piece, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that's the way I do it right there. We're going to go ahead and fry the whole loaf up anyway. Get rid of it. I mean, enjoy it.
While I was cutting it, I was noticing there's like pieces of the liver right there.
How do you know that's not the snout? Or the spleen?
Well, I'm just going by chicken livers. Are they not that color?
Yeah, they probably are. I'm just trying to remind you what's in it.
Thanks.
So basically, if you like liver, you're probably going to like this.
Well, I remember,
and I'm not a liver eater.
Growing up, when Mom and Dad was together, we never had this. But Mom would fry up chicken livers, and we'd have that for supper.
And you liked it?
It was okay.
See, that's my thing. I don't like the flavor of liver, so I think that's why I don't like liver mush. But, again, it's been probably 20 plus years.
Yeah, so it's been a long time.
We'll see if I've acquired a taste, or if you have. So it is optional to use a little bit of oil. I think she's just going to use the spray canola oil.
I'm just going to make sure.
You can use a couple teaspoons of oil in the pan if you want to do that, but you want to fry it up nice and crispy. And I don't know why, but Shaughnessy wanted us to show
our Snoopy plates.
You know we're fans of the Peanuts cartoons, and where did we find those?
I found those at Home Goods in Hickory.
Okay.
They only had two. We were somewhere, and they had the glasses, and I didn't buy them at the time. It wasn't Home Goods, and I wish I had them.
So if you're in Hickory and you went back to get these, we got them.
Yeah.
So, all right, so we're about to put it in the pan here. The pan is smoking. Now, there's going to be an amazing stench in the house.
I know, I thought I probably should have put some candles going.
It does not smell good when it's cooking, folks. You won't be able to smell that on the video. Just be glad for that.
Well, we'll just cook those pieces up.
But we will describe it in great detail. All right, so this is going to take a little bit, so I'm going to turn the camera off until she flips it. Okay, so she's going to go ahead and flip it over. The house officially smells like liver right now.
And I was trying to, it's kind of sticking to the pan a little bit.
Yeah, we don't want that, so we'll flip it as many times as necessary. But here's the first flip.
This is breaking.
Yeah.
I cut that one a little.
I told her I wanted mine cooked really, really, really crispy, even to the point of maybe burned.
Yeah, there's some.
I don't really want to taste any mush.
I actually got me a little tiny pack of grits out. So I thought I'm going to try one of these cooked a little softer and some grits. Remember I told you that's why I had eaten it as I was younger. Okay, the house smells bad and it's almost done. So we're going to start preparing the bread. Is that enough mustard, you think, to hide the flavor?
I would rather have a little more mustard, to be honest with you. Well, you can do yours however you want to, but yeah, that should be good. And we were just using regular mustard. We did not realize it. How many of you have stuff around your house in your refrigerator you didn't even know you had? We found a garlic aioli mustard. May have to go to that if this don't work. we'll see. And here is the finished product. Are you looking forward to this?
I'm always willing to try.
We have tried it.
I know, but I've never tried it on a sandwich. So here's some little crispy pieces. And also, I had a little packet of cheddar cheese grits that I cooked up, and then just
that's what that is.
Cheddar cheese grits, and then I just put some liver mush in.
Well, you can bring that over and try that. I might like to try it like that.
Yeah, so I figured we'd try that too. Cause I remember growing, it wasn't cheddar grits, but you know.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm wondering how that's going to be with cheese grits.
No,
I've seen it with regular grits.
We love cheese grits, but this is going to be a first.
I feel like we just ruined a pack of cheese grits. All right, well, we just prayed. I'm thinking we might should have prayed twice. Now, here goes. So, tell you what. You're the lady. You go first. I'm all too happy to show my chivalry this morning. Just give your honest opinion.
Well, the first thing I tasted was the mustard.
That's
and then, yeah, I know. And then some squishy, different texture.
Is it squishy?
Well, I shouldn't say squishy, maybe. Just, it's not like hard crispy. I mean, there's some crispy edges to it.
Okay.
It's okay. It's like it's not leaving a bad taste in my mouth.
All right, well, first time in 20 years. I'm gonna pretty much agree.
Does yours taste squishy or have a squishy texture? Or?
It's softer, but yeah, I wouldn't say squishy or mushy, but it's softer than what I was hoping. But it's just like it has a texture of sausage. It reminds you of sausage, but with a liver flavor.
A little
to
bit
it.
of liver, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like it's overpowering liver.
And I love sausage. No, I will say this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish the whole sandwich. I'm not saying I've acquired a taste for it, but I think the last time I gagged.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
bad.
not to that point. So again, North Carolina staple here. I should owe it to Jenkins to try their brand one more time, because when I said what I said about them, that's because that was a time I didn't like it at all. I do want to add though, liver mush has actually got some health benefits to it. If you look this up, it's one of the highest protein things you can eat. There is a little bit of fattiness involved, but it's very high in protein. And for everything I've read, it's not really considered unhealthy. It's a lot better for you than bacon would be.
Tastes the grits.
I can already tell you on this. I'm not gonna be impressed with that. No, if I had to eat it, I'd do it on a sandwich. So let me get another bite of that.
That's not too bad in the grits. Because you really don't taste the liver taste in the grits. Or I don't anyway.
There's hardly a day goes by I don't drink orange juice. You can ask her, I love orange juice.
Mm-hmm, he does.
I'm not hating it. No. Am I going to buy it every week and have it every other day? No. Would I do it again? Maybe. Maybe like on a special occasion, like, I don't know, Valentine's Day or something. So I just threw that out there because Valentine's Day was yesterday.
We're celebrating Valentine's tonight.
Yeah. What I would say to anybody, if you're visiting North Carolina, most restaurants in the western part of the state will probably have it, I would think. Try it. Just try it and see what you think of it. Some people swear by it, love it. Some people can't stand it. The only way you're going to know is if you try it yourself. But at least you can say you have eaten something that is uniquely North Carolina. So that is our review of liver mush. This was Mac's brand. I'm not saying Jenkins brand isn't just as good. I just think maybe I don't dislike it as much now as I did.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And I got a lot of mustard on there, and I think that's helping too.
It is helping mask it.
It's a flavor that you don't mind as a background flavor, but I don't want it being the predominant thing that I taste.
I can't imagine. Just some people will eat it.
Yeah.
Just fried up, on the side, like with their eggs or whatever like that. Yeah, I can't quite see doing that. But like mixed in the grits is okay. On the sandwich is okay. Yeah, would it be something I want to pay for again? Probably not. But if someone had it and that's what they were preparing, fine. I'll eat it.
We just wanted to bring you what I thought was a fun review this morning. So thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe.
Give it a thumbs up and find our thoughts on Facebook.
And have a blessed day.